Razzmatazz is a noisy, showy, exciting activity. Well, what would that look like with candy? We had tons of candy left over from Valentine's Day, so what can we do with it? We could eat it, or we could find a way to entertain ourselves during social distancing and make Razzmatazz candy. Crush these up. I think that lemon and pineapple Jolly Ranchers are the best, but I can never find those. So on my first attempt with this, I thought I would make a mold using powdered sugar, trying to make some jazz hands. But that didn't work out that well, and I didn't like the color. The blue Kool-Aid that I used turned into a green for some reason. Yeah, so much for my hands. Woo! Besides, I didn't like this recipe that I had got online, so I decided to make my own recipe and see if I could make it a little differently by merging different things from different people. Some of the Jolly Ranchers. Alright, it looks awful and it tastes awful because the citrus powder burned, so I have to try it again. Let's try this again. This is 1 cup of sugar, a 1/2 cup of corn syrup, and 1/4 cup of water. Stir this up and try not to get the sugar on the sides. And if you do, wipe it down with a paper towel. Maybe I'll have better luck with the strawberry Kool-Aid. It'll at least be prettier. Boil until it reaches 300 degrees. It already looks better than the last batch. Alright, about 300 degrees. Add a few drops of red food coloring. Make sure the heat is off. And this food coloring will cool it down just a bit. But we're not going to add the Kool-Aid until it's 250 degrees. Because citric acid will burn, and Kool-Aid is made up primarily of citric acid. So we're going to wait till this cools down to 250 so that it will not burn and taste nasty. But I'm going to add this strawberry flavoring. It won't burn. And it'll cool it down. It'll steam though. Well, it's about 285 degrees. I'm gonna add the baking soda and it will fizz it up. It gives it a light, airy texture. Just don't add too much. All right, let's add the Kool-Aid. Also add a 1/2 teaspoon of citric acid to make these even more sour. It's gonna give it more flavor and change the color. All right, let's pour it out. Okay, let's just keep pouring until it's all out. I need to use a scraper for this. Let's sprinkle some of the Razzmatazz Candy on top, aka crushed Jolly Ranchers. This is optional. Well, so much for my jazz hands. And I pretty much expected that. And when these cool, we're gonna break them up anyway into chunks. They smell really good. And they taste good too. And here's my jazz hand. Oh, all right, I'm gonna break up the jazz hand. Sorry. It didn't look good anyway. They're not as crunchy because of the baking soda, but they have sort of a light crunchiness to them, making them easier to eat. The Jolly Ranchers gives it an extra kick, and so does the Kool-Aid. These were funny looking, and these are funny looking, but these taste better. Stored in powdered sugar so they don't stick together. You can also put citric acid in the powdered sugar. Make them any flavor or color that you want and sparkle them up.
higher and